Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Anya Grace. If this is the first time to my channel, make sure to take a moment to hit the subscribe button now. In this video, I'm going to share 6 archetypes that will help you unlock all aspects of your feminine power. The key to unlocking your feminine power is actually awakening feminine energies, feminine frequencies that have become dormant in your system. Every woman holds these archetypes in her heart, in her system, in her entire body. But most women have 1 or 2 really alive and awake, and 1 or 2 that she's more resistant to or that are completely asleep and suppressed. The key to awakening all aspects of feminine power is to awaken all of the feminine energy within us. Some of us are more connected to certain frequencies than others. There's often certain feminine energies that actually a lot of women are completely resistant to. Before we get going, I'm going to share one really key piece in unlocking feminine power and feminine energy. Feminine energy in its essence is dynamic. It's not fixed. Fixed and straightforward and single-pointed in focus are masculine energies. Feminine energy is the opposite. It is wild, it's chaotic, it's multidimensional, it's shape-shifting. So when you're activating your feminine power, it's important to actually reawaken your dynamic energy, the dynamic power you have to be able to shapeshift. So how do you awaken this dynamic energy as a woman? The 6 archetypes of feminine power I've designed to help you awaken not just some parts of your feminine power, but to really awaken the full spectrum of your femininity. So we're actually going into different parts of your psyche, of your subconscious mind, and your heart, and pulling out the parts of you that you have disowned and disconnected from, and reintegrating those energies into your life. This is truly the key to manifestation, to magic, and magnetism. It's so fun, it feels good, and it's really what lets our soul free. So we'll dive right in. So the 6 archetypes of feminine power are the goddess, the queen, the maiden, the princess, the high priestess, and the seductress. So just notice, right away, you might already be feeling the power of these archetypes awake in your life. Just by saying the names of these archetypes, energies have likely flooded into your consciousness. They flooded into your body, and you might be feeling different emotions, different feelings. Anytime we're activating feelings and emotions, we're actually accessing your feminine power. Now, of those 6 archetypes, there's likely 1 or 2 archetypes that you feel really, really drawn to. Like, okay, I've got that one, I'm really natural with that one, I know that energy. And then there's an archetype that you feel really inspired by, like, wow, I want to be her, I want to be that energy. And then there's an archetype or 2 where you're like, no thank you, I don't want anything to do with that. The one that we feel the most natural in is our sun sign. It's just like astrology. It's the sign, it's what we're most natural in. It's what we're kind of born into. You're good to go on that front. You've awakened those feminine energies. They're alive in your body, they're alive in your life, and the magic of that archetype is already doing its work in your life. The rising sign is the archetype that you feel most inspired by and excited by, like you want to become her. So that's the archetype that really, it's where you're going in your life. It's who you're stepping into. And it's really exciting because she's also going to be a big key in awakening you to your fullest potential. And then which of those archetypes did you feel resistant to? That's your moon sign, your moon archetype. That's the archetype that actually, when you work with her, she's really an important catalyst for healing the deeper wounds, the deeper traumas that you've perhaps experienced in your past. A lot of women will go their whole life resisting that part of their feminine power, but oftentimes it's the key to unlock everything they want. So let's go into each of the archetypes just a little bit. The first archetype of feminine power is the goddess. So when you think of the word, the name, the energy of the goddess, what comes to mind? Right away, your body will be flooded with feelings. And this is actually already beginning to activate your feminine energy and your feminine power. The moment that you think of a goddess, or even just close your eyes and imagine what a goddess looks like, what you as a goddess would feel like. That's actually beginning to awaken the powers of the goddess within you. A few words to describe the goddess are freedom, nature, chaos, infinity, unstoppability, unapologetic, courageous, beautiful, powerful, and strong. Some of the feelings that you will feel when you have the goddess energy awakened are the feeling of raw power. You get so connected to your emotion, so connected to your intuition, your creativity, and your ability to birth everything, anything into this world. She is deeply connected to the earth. She's deeply connected to all of the elements. In fact, she's like the sorceress of the elements. She's an extremely powerful creator and manifester. Those blocks to receiving from men, receiving from the world, receiving money, all of those blocks begin to vanish because you actually become so powerful and embodied in your physicality. She's deeply connected to her body as well, that the universe just begins to fill you. You begin to be filled, you receive all the abundance of the earth, and then birth from that receptivity. We'll go into the next archetype, the queen. Women that have disconnected from the empowered queen energy often are burning the candle at two ends. They're doing. They're exhausted, maybe taking care of everyone, but they're not filling up their own cup. So when we awaken the empowered queen energy, we really become these full expressions of divine feminine, divine mother, nourishing, nurturing, fulfilling, warm, beautiful energy. And we bring that presence everywhere we go, and it calls energy and attention toward us in the best ways. The whole world is blessed by the presence of the queen, and your presence is cherished. It's extremely valued, and your voice is valued, your perspective, your ideas, your knowledge, your wisdom, because ultimately the queen is really connected to higher wisdom. That's why she wears the crown, is because those spokes, the crown is actually representing this higher connection to spirit and source energy, that when she's ruling, when she's on her throne, she's there not just to serve the people, but to serve the people from the highest space, from the highest divine wisdom and intuition. The next archetype is the maiden. The maiden is the inner child in all of us. It was the part of you that was so awake when you were a little girl, thinking about fairies, deep in your imagination, deep in your creativity, in nature, playing games with the earth and with all the animals and the plants. Her power is so critical in awakening our feminine potential as adults, as women, as grown, mature women, because when we have that innocent, playful, open energy, magic truly unfolds. The feminine energy that the maiden holds is absolutely crucial when it comes to creating intimacy with masculine partner. The energies of the maiden is what has been ultimately exploited on this planet, and so a lot of women have resistance to this archetype because it feels scary to trust and to be open and vulnerable and receptive to what's around us and to love even. But the thing is when we awaken the power of the maiden, we actually start to be protected by something that is so much bigger than us. You really get to have the experience of just being carried, letting go, and letting the world and the universe take you exactly where you're meant to go. The next archetype is the princess. The princess is actually my moon archetype. It's my moon sign. It's the archetype that I felt the most resistance to when I first started awakening these energies. It's because that's where I held the most wounding and shame around my femininity. I really felt shame about even being girly. So the princess was a deep healing process for me to awaken those energies. When you awaken your princess energy, it's the energy of play. It's flirty, it's fun, it's energetic, it's loving, it's fun-loving, and it's warm. It's the power of kindness in the feminine, the energy of kindness and warmth and love and joy that you bring and you spread in any room is so valuable. You will experience being adored, cherished, and protected. And it's also just fun. It's really important. We live in a serious world. I know I can get so serious sometimes. And so just to remember to lighten it up and be playful, to have a fun, loving, warm, light-hearted heart in life is so important. The next archetype is the High Priestess. Oh, I love the High Priestess so much. She's actually my rising archetype. And when you awaken the High Priestess, you awaken to your spiritual power. Priestess is really our key to true confidence, unwavering self-trust, self-esteem, courage, love, divinity, and this higher connection to spirit and source energy. When you work with me, you'll begin to hear over and over and over again that feminine energy is spiritual energy. They are one and the same. So when you're awakening to your feminine energy and you're awakening that dormant feminine energy and power, what you're really doing is reconnecting to your spiritual power. When you're connected to that sacred essence, you realize just how powerful and important you are. And that knowing never goes away. Final archetype is the Seductress. So this might be your moon archetype, this might be your sun archetype. You might feel really comfortable in the Seductress archetype, which is all about sensuality. Sensuality is deeply tied to sexuality. Sexuality is really just deeply sensing into the vibrations of life, using our senses to deeply experience this world around us. The Seductress is super connected to her body. She is the energy of pleasure, of depth, passion, beauty. She is substance and warmth and vibration and erotic energy. This is absolutely key to awaken the full spectrum of feminine power. When you awaken your Seductress energy, you awaken your sexual energy. And I'll add on to that sequence, feminine energy equals spiritual energy equals sexual energy. If you think of vibration, if something's vibrating, it's ultimately creating a wave. Waves are feminine energy. A wave is feminine energy. It's movement. It's the goddess energy. It's all of the divine feminine energies. Whereas masculine energy is static and stuck. It's fixed. So sexual energy is literally a pulsation. It's a vibration in and out, up and down. It awakens every cell of your body. It is what erotic energy is. So to awaken your full feminine power, it's absolutely key to connect to the Seductress. And when you do, not only do you actually experience deeper levels of intimacy and sexual connection with your partner, but you really have a deeper connection to yourself and your own body. So the entire world begins to feel more alive, and you're naturally more powerful and magnetic because you move out of your head, which is your masculine energy, and into your body and your heart, which literally begins to call in energy, and you're just instantaneously magnetic. To awaken your feminine power, bypassing your sexual energy and bypassing the potential of your sexuality and everything that is there deep within your body, we can't do it. Well, the Seductress is so key in this process of awakening to your feminine power. I just gave an introduction to all of the archetypes, the 6 archetypes of your feminine power, but I have a deeper training that actually awakens the energies and frequencies that each of these archetypes hold. In this training, we go into active visualizations, active meditations that actually awaken your subconscious mind and pull up those dormant energies and reawaken them so that they can live in your conscious mind, in your body, and in your energy field. It's the key to awakening to your full power is actually pulling up the energies that have become suppressed and stuck and bringing them to the forefront so that these energies can be alive in your life. It's only when you activate all aspects of your feminine energy that you have full access to your power and your potential as a woman. The more you work with these archetypes, you realize actually how deep you really are and how powerful you really are. To access this 6-part training, just go to the link below this video and it will take you to a page where you can check out and you'll have instantaneous access. There's no other training out there like this because it really works with the subconscious mind and deprogramming some of the conditioning that has kept that feminine energy bound and locked out and suppressed. It reawakens your authentic feminine power that is already within you. You don't have to worry that you are not feminine enough or that you don't have this, that you're not normal. Maybe everyone else can have it, but you don't. I felt that way. But when I awakened these feminine archetypes, I realized that actually, not only do I hold these archetypes, but every single woman holds these feminine energies at the deepest levels. And it's really just awakening these frequencies within. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out the link below so that you can get your archetype training today. I will see you next time.